everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're a fan of The Simpsons, you know that the show is packed with outlandish moments, bizarre situations, and mind-bending storylines. But what if I told you that there's a theory that Homer Simpson, yes, Homer, could actually be a time traveler? It sounds crazy, right? But when you dive into some of the wacky things that happen in Springfield, it starts to make a little more sense. In today's video, we're going to explore this theory and break down how Homer's seemingly random actions might actually be impacting the entire timeline of The Simpsons universe. First, let's set the stage. The Simpsons is a show known for its absurdity. Whether it's Homer working at the nuclear power plant, or Marge taking care of the family, or Bart getting into mischief, Springfield is a world where anything can happen. And that's where Homer comes in. He might just be the key to understanding how these bizarre events happen. Now here's the twist. Homer Simpson, the lovable, lazy, donut-obsessed dad, may be a time traveler who inadvertently causes all sorts of chaos in Springfield. Think about it. In so many episodes, Homer finds himself in situations where he has no idea what's going on. But his actions, no matter how careless, often lead to major consequences. Could Homer's obliviousness actually be the result of him jumping through time, disrupting the timeline without even knowing it? Okay, let's start with the most obvious piece of evidence. Homer has been involved with time travel before. In The Simpsons' Treehouse of Horror episode, titled Treehouse of Horror 5, 1994, Homer uses a time-traveling device to go back in time, where he causes all sorts of problems. He steps on a bug, and when he returns to the present, everything's changed. The butterfly effect, anyone? Homer uses the time traveler's device to go back to prehistoric times, and when he steps on a bug, he inadvertently causes a chain reaction that alters the entire future. When he returns to the present, he finds that everything has dramatically changed. The entire timeline of his world is completely disrupted, even down to the most minor details. Sound familiar? This episode is pretty much a direct reference to the butterfly effect, a concept where even the smallest change in the past can have huge consequences in the future. So could it be that Homer, without even knowing it, is causing these changes regularly? But it's not just one isolated time travel incident. There are multiple episodes where Homer's decisions, though completely random and seemingly inconsequential, lead to chaotic, world-altering consequences. In the episode Homer the Great, 1995, Homer joins a secret society called the Stonecutters, which ends up having an enormous impact on Springfield society. From Homer's point of view, it's just a fun secret club, but in reality he's influencing major events that affect the whole town. Homer doesn't realize that his actions within the society, like his rise to leadership, are shaping the future of the group's power. Could this be another example of Homer unintentionally manipulating the timeline, altering events without even realizing the long-term effects? Another major part of this theory is Homer's total obliviousness to the consequences of his actions. Think about how often Homer stumbles into major situations, yet he somehow always manages to get through them without understanding what he's done. It's almost as if he's been dropped into different times and realities, unaware that he's shaping the future. Take the episode Homer the Heretic, 1992, for example. Homer decides to skip church and spend the day doing whatever he wants. In doing so, he creates a new series of events that change the lives of the people around him and Springfield as a whole. Again, Homer has no idea that his actions are leading to this huge shift in the town's dynamic. This type of behavior appears throughout The Simpsons. Homer's poor decision-making often seems to play a pivotal role in shaping major events in Springfield, but he's completely unaware of the effect he has on the timeline. So why does this theory hold water? Well, if you consider the bizarre, constantly shifting nature of Springfield, it kind of makes sense. In many ways, the town feels like a place where time is constantly in flux. Things change without explanation. People are born and never grow older, characters leave and then return, and events happen that feel disconnected from the normal passage of time. Homer's accidental manipulation of time could be the reason why Springfield feels so off. The universe around him keeps shifting, resetting, and changing, often in a way that doesn't make sense. Could it be that Homer's time-traveling mishaps are responsible for these strange occurrences? So what do you think? Is Homer Simpson really a time traveler, causing the bizarre timeline of Springfield through his accidental meddling? The evidence might not be concrete, but when you look at the way Homer's actions repeatedly lead to major changes, it's hard not to see how this theory fits. Of course, this is just a fun conspiracy theory, one of many in the world of The Simpsons. But the more you watch, the more you start to see just how often Homer's unintentional actions seem to alter the very fabric of reality in Springfield. If you enjoyed this theory, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on more deep dives into The Simpsons and other wacky conspiracies. And let me know in the comments, do you think Homer Simpson is a time traveler? Or is there another explanation for the strange happenings in Springfield?